Hi guys, welcome to Yarh Yarh Tv. In today's episode, we'll be preparing garden egg stew and we'll be eating that with plantain. So without wasting much time, let's get into the video. So these are the ingredients we'll be using in this recipe. We have our plantain over there, and then we'll be using some garden eggs. We'll be using 4 eggs in this recipe. We have our sliced onion. I actually did this behind camera. We have our sliced tomatoes, and then we have our well-washed mackerel. I did all that behind camera. I really want this video to be short. We'll be using some shrimp powder, and then I'll be using 2 of fermented fish. We'll be using powdered pepper in this recipe, and then some palm oil. So guys, let's start by washing our garden eggs. So as you can see, I'm washing this garden eggs very well. It has been exposed to dust and all that, so I have to wash it to get rid of all the dust and everything on it. So as you can see, I'm washing it. So I'm going to speed up this process. So guys, our garden eggs is well washed, so I'm going to go ahead and then cut it into 2 equal parts, add some water, and then bring it to a boil. So guys, let's do it. So I'm going to add some water and then bring it to a boil. So as you can see, it's on the fire. I'll cover it and then allow it to boil for some minutes. Alright, so now this is a technique my mom taught me. She said if you want to peel your plantain so easily, you dip it in the water for some time and then for like a few minutes, and then you come back and then you peel it. So whilst my plantain was in the water, I went back and then checked my garden eggs. So as you can see, it's boiling. So now I'll go ahead and then peel my plantain. So like I said, if you want to peel your plantain without stressing yourself too much, or without having this sticky thing on your hand, when you peel, when you are peeling plantain, plantain has this sticky thing, you get it. So when you dip it in water, it takes away all that and then it makes it very, very easy for you to peel. So as you can see, it was very easy for me to peel. No sticky, nothing. So you dip it in water for like few minutes, and then you come back and then you peel it. And trust me, you enjoy it. You will not stress yourself. It's so easy and so simple. So our garden eggs is ready. We'll take it off the fire and then allow it to cool for some time. Whilst you're waiting for it to cool, we'll bring our plantain to a boil. We'll add some water and then salt to taste. The salt is to your preference. So I'll be adding little to it and then allow it to boil. So guys, like I said earlier, we will not be grinding the garden eggs. we'll be peeling the skin and then remove the seeds from it, and that will be all. We are not going to, so you see that's the skin. We are not going to grind it. We have the grinding method and then we have this method. So I'll be using this method in this recipe. So I'll take it off, I'll peel the skin, remove the seeds, and that's all. So I'll speed up this process because the garden eggs, as you can see, it will bunch. So I'll speed up this process and then come back. Stay tuned. So our plantain is almost ready. I'm going to add some cold water to it, turn off the fire, and then allow it to cool. So whilst you're waiting for it to cool, go back to the garden eggs and then finish it up. So guys, this is the last one I'm peeling off, and then I'm going to mash it with a spoon. So guys, trust me, this particular method is very, very easy and very, very simple. You just have to allow the garden eggs to cool, and then you are good to go. Because when it's hot, trust me, unless maybe you are good with handling hot things, because when it's hot, I bet you won't be able to do it. So just allow it to cool, and then peel off the skin, and then remove the seeds, and that will be all. So I'll mash it for some time and then leave it. So now let's start with the stew. I preheated the saucepan, and then now I'm adding my palm oil to it. I won't be using oil. So I'll be adding my fermented fish and then fry it for few minutes because this is palm oil. So if you allow it to fry for a very long time, the palm oil will change to oil, like vegetable oil. You get it? So you don't fry it for a very long time. So I'll go ahead and then add my diced onion to it and then stir. Okay. So as you can see, my onion is going into the oil right there, and then stir it for a while. So I'll be adding my powdered pepper into it and then allow it to cook for like 2 minutes. It's pepper, so I have to allow it to cook before I can add any other ingredients to it. So I'll be adding my tomatoes, fresh diced tomatoes into it, and then stir it, cover it, and then allow it to cook for like 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm going to stir, cover, and then allow it to cook for some minutes. In the meantime, my plantain is ready. So I'm going to wash it in a clean, cold water and then put it aside whilst we wait for the stew to be ready. So guys, let's see if our tomatoes is ready. It's well cooked. As you can see, it's well cooked. So I'm going to add some shrimp powder to it. Add that to taste. I'm not going to use Maggi cube. So this shrimp powder is going to work for me as my spices in this recipe. and then I'll add some salt to taste, like I said, to your preference. Okay, and then stir it and allow it to cook for some minutes. Then I add my mackerel. I'll stir it gently because the mackerel is very soft. So if you stir it giddy, you end up mashing everything. So I'm going to stir it gently and then allow it to cook. So I'll go ahead and add my garden next to it, stir, and then allow it to cook. So guys, we are almost done with this stew, and trust me, the aroma that's coming out from this stew, it's so nice. I wish you guys were here to have a smell of it. Gosh, I can't wait to eat this food. So guys, I'll stir it gently and then add my eggs to it. So I'll add the eggs and then cover it and then allow it to cook. I want to have some eggs in it. The egg is optional. If you want to add egg, you add it. If you don't want to add egg, you can end at where I added the garden eggs. Voila, our garden next stew is ready. Guys, the aroma of this stew is superb. I can't wait to taste this stew. I wish you guys were here to taste this stew with me. Gosh. So our stew is ready. I'll go ahead and then dish it out. And then guys, you know it, I'm going to eat it alone. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Please remember to share, subscribe, and like this video. If there is anything you want to add up or say about this recipe, please do comment in the comment section. See you in our next video. Bye bye.